Okay guys, so this is the overview of the locomotive maintenance project, where we should assume that the application has different roles: leadman, planer, supervisor, and craft. All of them have different activities in order to maintain the locomotive. The craft doesn't appear in this list because we are logged in as a planer, and this role is not playing the crafts. It can play leadman, planer, and supervisor. So I would like to show you when the locomotive is in inbound. So whenever we select some of the locomotives, it may have some operations or defects that need to be done at the current defect tab, and we also have the history tab, where we can try to search from a date range. And if we are predicting this to arrive, there is some work that needs to be completed in order to fix it and to take it out from our shop. So this is how we can predict the arrive, and we also have the option to cancel this arrive if there is some machine that it doesn't need to get into the shop. Perfect. Well, as you can see, I have put this in a cancel way, and I also can unselect some activities in order to be done. So whenever I open the current defects, you won't see them. As you can see now, you have just 3 activities that has been playing and that you can edit in this window in order to know which are the considerations that needs to be taken by the craft. Perfect. Well, now that we have the prediction from the locomotive and which are going to be the operations that needs to be taken in count, we are going to receive this locomotive in our shop or at our service. We must select some of the tracks, some of the spots, and a direction facing in the locomotive. If there were some work to be completed, here we can see a list of the operation that needs to be taken. Now that we have passed across the arrived locomotive and changed its value, we can go to the shop. In the shop there is a map, vectorized map, where we are going to be giving a red color to the square related with the selected locomotive. As you can see, you can place the locomotive in other rails. And we also can see the details from that machine, BNSF 541. Here we can see which is the model number, the horsepower of the machine, the reason of the arrival, the spot where we can find it, the arrived hour, and the direction that it has. So we can hide this information in order to see the task that has been executed with this machine. As we can see, some are completed, some are other has been deferred. So what I will do right now, to add a work order. Great. We have now this order modification. So now we can set how many crafts to assign. If I want to assign a craft, I can select him. Okay guys, well, what we have with us right now we must use a craft user in order to see how they receive the assignation from the operation task. So once I am logged as a craft, I will be able to see which are the locomotives that are arriving and need to have some operations on it. So perfect. Well, I will select one of the locomotives. And as you can see here, this is the work that I have assigned to me. There are some works that this craft has has already done. As you can see, we have a complete status in 1 hour and 45 minutes. If we try to have another locomotive in order to see if it doesn't has any operation started, the craft has the ability or the possibility to begin the work, and it will start counting because it's in progress. Now one thing that I will do right now is to check which is our next step. I must mention to you that whenever you are assigning a work order, we use to have this solution where you first write the description in order to be found, and once you have selected the row, it will show you a description or a formulary with the description that you need to fulfill in order to assign or add this work order. Well, our client has mentioned that the user doesn't know where he should be, if in the formulary or if he should select another operation. So our team has given a user experience solution in order to show first the technical object that you must select, and then it will show you the description formulary in order to add this work order. Well, as I told you before, now we are logged in as a craft. So perfect, it is here. And now we must shift to a supervisor role. Okay guys, now we are logged in as a supervisor role, and the idea of this is to show you which are the crafts that I have to supervise. I must know what they are doing, which of them are working on it. So in order to do this, I must be at my shop and see the details. Perfect. Well, now we can see that this locomotive has assigned 4 crafts. Okay, some of them are mechanics, electricians, and others, and they also have the hour in which this operation was assigned to them. What we are going to do now is to hide this description panel in order to see which are the operations that we have complete. For example, this locomotive doesn't have any completed, so I will try to load another one. This one has one craft assigned, as you can see here at this logo. One craft assigned. So the idea is to see what is he doing and if he has finished with it. It's plain, but it hasn't been taken. Oh, we are not finding. Perfect. Now we have a complete task here, and we need to have this other task completed too. So we are going to be able to put it as a complete. The supervisor, it is the role task that will authorize this as a complete work. Okay? Perfect. In this occasion, as you can see, we must have this completely done in order to have it as a completed. Once it's completed, the supervisor can edit the work order, set it as completed, defer the work, or set it as LHFM. Perfect. Well, now the supervisor has released the work order and the locomotive. It's at the map with a green legend, which means that it's available to be released. You can also, as a supervisor, send it to servicing, to maintenance, to outbound, or finally remove it from the map. I will remove it from the map. And now this is how we can give maintenance to our locomotive from the inbound to getting out from our map. Okay guys, now we have given an overview to our project. The next step is to analyze each step we have here since the front end perspective. So I am going to be working in a series of videos step by step about which are the related files with them. You can also review this document that has the same number of steps that we have in this overview. There you can find all the functionality, inbound lineup, the roles, about selecting a locomotive to have the description, about predicting an arrival, cancelling an arrival, and searching by history the arrives. The step number 2 about predicting which are going to be the operations needed for an arrival. We can also cancel this arrival, and once the arrival is with us, we can set the shop, the track, the spot, and the direction facing. We can also plan operations with supervisor account, role, and we have also the ability to assign these operations to the craft. First, once the operation has been set and has been planned, we can start to assign these operations to the craft. The craft are grouped by, can be filtered by group. So you can use different ways to find the correctly craft that is going to work in the operation. And the craft has the ability to know which are the operations assigned to him, and he can press a button to have a timer about his job. Once these work orders have been completed, the craft must press the end work button in order to give a notification to the supervisor that already knows how many people is working on the locomotive, which are their specialists, and once he has comproved that all the operations has been done, he can open a dialog window with different options to complete this work, to edit the work order in order to add more operations, to defer the work, or just to set this as LHFM. Finally, to remove this locomotive from the map, once we have pushed the complete work button, the locomotive will be in our map in a green color, which means that it has been released, and then you can click on it to remove it from the map. You can also can remove it from the description window, and you can set which is going to be the spot and the track and direction where it is going to be located. So as you can see here, we have the remove from the map, or we can also start again the process if we have some work order that needs to be done again. Okay, about this, sending again to servicing, maintenance, and outbound. Okay, this is all, and now we are passing to the front end explanation for each of these steps.